for the Mets. Lindor is a top 10 player in the game, a transcendent cornerstone-type player. Yes, he'll be a free agent after the season. I don't think there's any doubt with Steve Cohen now there. They are going to invest and try to lock up Lindor long-term. Kev, this is a home run for the New York Mets.
Huge home run right here because, AV, you don't have players like this come available. That's the thing. You hope players like this come available, and then you go out and you get them. And then when you have the finances of Stevie Cohen, you make this happen. So long term, I don't think there's any doubt in my mind that he'll be here. If he doesn't, they will get a draft pick back. The great thing about Sandy Alderson, you heard him. I mean, he gave up Josh Wolf, a right-handed pitcher, second rounder out of the 2019 draft out of high school in Texas, and then they gave up Isaiah Green. So he gave up a 9th prospect, a 10th prospect. There was no 1 and 2 prospect, and he was able to get Francisco Lindor that could step in, obviously, with 2 gold gloves and a platinum glove and a great smile and a switch hitter and hits home runs, does everything, makes everybody around him better. Again, this is one of those players. You can hit him anywhere in the lineup from the 4-hole, leadoff spot, whatever you think. But this is huge if you're a New York Mets fan.
Their defense was suspect for much of 2020. He is an elite defender, 2-time Gold Glove Award winner. He's won a Platinum Gold Glove as well. You look at him now in that offense. Pete Alonso had a tough year in 2020. Obviously was great in 2019. You put McNeil, Conforto, who's a terrific player. Dom Smith can swing it. All of a sudden, this Mets offense is awfully robust. If you look at WRC+, they have the same numbers as the Dodgers, who are the World Series champions. And so I think Lindor obviously is a big-time player and going to make an impact right away. Not to mention, Kev, baseball's entertainment, man. Lindor, you put him, people are going to love this guy in New York. The jerseys, the swag, this really gives you an identity, okay? I know it's about winning ball games. It's also about winning the back pages here. Lindor, this is a huge coup for the Mets.
Yeah, you feel like position player-wise, this is a guy like David Wright was back in the day for the Mets, okay? So now you get a guy that fans can lean on if they go long-term with this guy. He's the perfect franchise player. Shortstop, switch hitter, power, Gold Glove. So you're sitting here like he's the perfect baseball player. And like you said, you can put him in the top 10 and put him wherever you want to rank him. You're not going to go wrong with that list, but he's there out of the 700-plus major league players or roster spot holders.
And just a quick thought here on Carrasco before we hear more from Sandy Alderson. 2 more years of Carlos Carrasco under contract. This guy had a good year in 2020. He's overcome leukemia. He was a Clemente Award winner in 2019. You slot him in now with DeGrom and Stroman. It's a pretty good 3, and you're hoping Noah Syndergaard comes back at some point, maybe in June.
100%. And this is a guy, like, he's not just a throw-in. He's a bona fide starter who's pitched great games in the postseason. He's a guy that's got velocity, tremendous human being, obviously surviving the leukemia, battling that situation. But he is an amazing human being that will, once again, talk baseball, help baseball, and communicate with this entire team. But I think this is a great scene for the Mets. And if you're a Mets fan, you're walking around because you've lived a lot of years watching those Yankees sign a bunch of players. And now you just brought a star over on your side of town. So it'll be a lot of fun to see that orange and blue hats pop up.
Yeah, little brother puffing on his chest here for Big Brothers. My other thought was this. So everyone kept hearing, okay, the Blue Jays are in a Lindor, Shapiro and Atkins. They have a relationship with him from Cleveland. Oh, well, Springer, apparently it's down to the Mets and the Blue Jays. Now the Blue Jays will get Springer. On that note, are the Mets done? Here's Sandy Alderson once again.
Okay, we're always hungry. I think that's something that, we will address in the aftermath of this. Obviously, we've been thinking about what impact this has on other things that we might have considered or might want to do. But I think when the dust settles here in the next couple of days, we'll have a better idea of that.
The Mets were 26-34 in 2020. They were tied for last in the NL East. I still think the Braves are a serious contender. In fact, if you ask me to pick right now, I'd pick the Braves ahead of the Mets to win the division. But if you go out and sign Springer or you go out and sign Bauer, the numbers right now, Kev, they'll be at about $180 million. The luxury tax limit is $210 million. Obviously, we know teams don't want to go over that. So you've still got, by my math, $30 million to play with. That means George could still be coming to New York.
Yeah, I don't think they're done. I think this is a move now. They got their guy, and now you're going to go out and they're going to address other situations. They have a checkbook. And bottom line, when you have a checkbook, if George Springer meets everything they want, yeah, they're going to be available for him. If a Trevor Bauer meets everything they want, we don't know the prices yet. We could kind of assume, but it's strange now. We don't even know. So I think this is definitely a situation, though. George Springer isn't not going to be a Met. He's definitely in the cards still. And you know what? He could end up a Met depending on what negotiations go on behind the scenes.